Yo, peace was goody. Welcome to another installment of my CD collection. This is part 110. Last month I did a review, a CD collection video. It's about 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get these out the way. I know some people have been asking me to do one. You know, it's just busy with work, man. And, you know, I got life. You know, I do have a life outside of YouTube. You know, I'm not just on YouTube all the time. Stuff like that. I try to, you know, I detach myself from social media, every once in a while. It's good to do that, just be one with yourself. I think some people get too stuck in, social media and, things like that. So just take a chill, bro. Alright? But without further ado, let me start with the first album. First time of the video is Dice with his debut album. The 40 Made Me Do It, released in 1992. Dice is from Detroit, Michigan. You guys might know him from his affiliation with Esham, back in the mid-90s. With songs like Torture off the Do You Believe in God album and stuff like that. I believe he was also on the Dead. Let me turn this down. Sorry about that. I believe he was also featured on the Dead Flowers soundtrack. Dead Flowers album by Esham. I could be wrong about that, but enough of that. With this album, like I said, it's from '92. This is before his affiliation with Esham. So if you're expecting like Esham production, you're not gonna get it with this. The producers of the album is a guy named Jason Maestro Wilson. This album definitely has like a more East Coast influence, like early '90s hardcore New York style production. That's what you pretty much get for this album. So it definitely doesn't sound from Detroit, but nonetheless, man, I like the album. It's pretty dope. The single of this album is what is it? Hold On to My Dick. Yeah, Hold On to My Dick. That's the single, and there is a video for it. So definitely check it out. It's a pretty decent album. Obviously, he's not the neighborhood shit talker, but it's a pretty decent album, right? This is the 40 Made Me Do It, released in 1992. Very dope. By the way, I got this off eBay. Because this album is usually out of print. This is a CDR, unfortunately. Which kind of sucks, as you can see. It sucks, but you know what? It's cool. It is what it is, And it kind of looks professional somewhat, but hey, it is what it is. And I do have the original version of the CD anyways, so but anyways, glad to own it. This is his first joint from '92. Dice the 40 Made Me Do It. Next album, we're gonna go on the R&B side of things. R. Kelly with the R album. This is released in 1998. This is his third album. Very, very, very dope album. Love this album. This album was very big back in the late '90s. In fact, this is like his best-selling album to date. And this, even to this day, it has so many singles. The singles are I Believe I Can Fly, which everybody knows that from the Space Jam soundtrack, which they included in this album. Gotham City, I'm Your Angel, Half on a Baby, Home Alone, which I'm not a fan of with Keith Murray. I hate that song. Excuse me. When a Woman's Fed Up, love that song. Matter of fact, for those that don't know, Nas sampled that for the song KISSING off the I Am album, which I love. A lot of people hate on that album. I don't understand why, but Toots is on that. They bugging with that. Definitely some of his best album, one of his best albums lyrically, in my personal opinion. But that's a whole different topic. Did You Ever Think? Very dope song. If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, and Only the Loot Can Make Me Happy. They all have videos for these songs, so definitely check it out. Very dope. It's a 2-disc album, 29 tracks. You can't go wrong with that. Definitely some of his best material. So far, I'm a big fan of R. Kelly from the 90s. In the 2000s, his discography was kind of shaky, in my personal opinion. But, it is what it is. Excuse me. But, yeah, When a Woman's Fed Up, the whole album's fucking dope, man. Production's done. And what's cool about this album, too, because usually R. Kelly, he usually does the production on all the songs, but on this one, you know, he brought outside producers and, you know, track masters did a couple of production on this album. Amin Ra, he did a production on here. Stevie J, track masters, like I said before. Puffy or P Diddy, you know what I mean. So it was pretty cool that they did production on this album. So I thought that was pretty cool. But very very dope album. The R by R. Kelly released in 1998, very dope. Still on the R&B side of things, R. Kelly with his 12 Play album, his solo debut album, released in 1993. This is actually my favorite R. Kelly album. I love this album. This album got, I believe, like 4 or 5 singles. The singles are "Sex Me," "Bump and Grind," which was very big in the early 90s. Can't get enough of that. "Your Body's Calling," love that song, love that joint. "Summer Bunnies," those are the singles of the album. To me, the standout tracks for me are "Your Body's Calling," love the video for it, love the song, love everything about it. The beat is very dope. And "Homie Lover Friend," I love that song. That beat is crazy. You know, he's rapping in that song, which is, you know, very different from R. Kelly. But you only heard that like on this album and stuff like that. It's just very dope. Love the beat for it. Very very dope. I love that everybody can relate to "Homie Lover Friend." You know, you have a homegirl that, you know, you're cool with, but then you catch feelings with. You know, everybody can relate to that. So I know I can. So, you know, it is what it is. But very dope. You know what I mean? Love this album. His best album in my opinion. This is R. Kelly 12 Play, released in 1993. Excuse me. Man, this album I'm so happy to have been. You know, I'm so happy to have it. I've been meaning to get it for years. I finally got my hands on it. DJ Honda with his second album, H2, released in 1998. DJ Honda is a producer / DJ from Japan. Released from Tokyo. I'm not sure what part of Japan. I'm assuming Tokyo. I'm not really sure. There are a couple singles off this album. The singles are, let me see, I think it is "Blaze It Up." That was a single. "Traveling Man" with Mos Def. "Traveling Man," "On the Mic," "Blaze It Up." Those are the singles off the album. There's a couple other singles too. And this is the US version. I'll get into that in a little bit. But to me, the standout tracks for me, "Trouble in the Water," that's with De La Soul, very dope song, love that. 5 Seconds with Black Attack, very dope. "Team Plays" with KRS-One and a cat named Dovey, not sure who he is, but he was dope. Let me see what else. "Blaze It Up," love that joint. "Go Crazy," with love that "Around the Clock," woo. And "When You're Hot You're Not," very dope song. In my opinion, this is like the best album that he put out. He put out dope albums, but this is like my favorite out of the whole H installments, because he has a whole bunch of them. This is the US version. There is a Japanese version of the album which has like pretty much like the same songs, but he added on some different songs. Like there's a song that he did with Camp Lo that's on the Japanese version, and a couple other songs too that's not on the US version. Definitely would like to get my hands on that at some point. But I'm just glad to own this joint right here. It's dope East Coast hip hop. If you like late 90s underground East Coast hip hop from like 96, like 97, 98, then you'll definitely enjoy this joint right here. This is DJ Honda with H2, released in 1998. Very, very dope album. So glad I got it. Next album, I've been trying to get this for years. I'm so glad I got my hands on this album. I gotta give a big shout out to my dude Mike Sears for this, and I'll explain why. Shout out to him, shout out to the whole Speaky Cloud podcast. Esham with Judgement Day Volume 2. Judgement Day Volume 2, the night version, released in 1992. I want to give a big shout out to my dude Mike Sears. He definitely blessed me with this. He didn't give this to me physically, but he put me on to like the price of the album, because usually this album goes for a lot of money. Because if you guys know, if you seen my first CD collection video, I showed you guys Volume 1. But that was the overcore joint. This is actually the OG pressing. As you can tell, You can tell it's the OG press. It says Real Life Productions. You got the emblem here, and I'll show you guys a little bit too. You got the CD. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool. And then you got like from the Homie Don't Play joint. Very dope. You know what I mean? So definitely got my hands on that. So happy I got this. You know, there's been controversies because there's a controversy within what was the first hip hop double disc album. With a double album from hip hop, and everybody knows that it's Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince with he's the rapper, I'm the rapper, he's the DJ. I think that was the album. I probably butchered the title, but anyways, that was the first double album for hip hop. But CD wise, I always think that this was the first album. First double disc album in hip hop. The reason why I say that is because even though this came out the same day as Volume 1, he sold it separately, and he got that idea from Prince, because Prince also sold the Sign of the Times separately as well. So he kind of took that, formula that he got from Prince, and then he applied it to this album. But getting back to this album, very dope. I like it a lot. In my opinion, a little bit more darker than Volume 1. I mean, you got songs Living in Incest, Play Dead, Finger in the Cake Mix. Man, Living in Incest is very, very dark, man. The Devil Gets Funky, Crib Death, woof, man. Dead by Day, Wake the Dead, Whole Rule, oh my god, Whole Roll, excuse me. Dying to Be Down, Sell Me Your Soul. I mean, this is a great album. Very, very dope album. Production wise, I've always felt like this album, and obviously Volume 1, to me was like a hybrid of Booming Words from Hell with the first two EPs, the Erotic Poetry and Homie Don't Play. If you mix those two together production wise, you pretty much have this album. You know what I mean? I like this version better than Volume 1, but Volume 1 definitely has some dope tracks on it, but this one's a little bit better in my opinion. But definitely not his best material, but it's good to have. And I would love to get my hands on the box set, the Judgement Day box set, but that goes for stupid money. It was sold very limited quantity. I know a couple people. Well, I know one person that has it. Shout out to Rombone from Beneath the Dirt. Shout out to him. He has that. I lucky bastard. Shout out to my dude. That's my guy right there. But yeah, man. Glad I own it. I want to give a shout out to Mike Sears. He hooked me up with the link. I appreciate it. Much love, my dude. Well, you're a good one for that. Next is DJ Honda with his debut album, The H, released in 1996. Very dope album. Love this album. Very dope. Again, this is the US version of this album. The singles off this album are Straight Talk from New York. I believe that's with Brand Nubian, I want to say. Out for the Cash. Love that joint. Standout tracks for me are That's My Word with Redman, killed that shit. Straight Talk from New York, Out for the Cash, and The End. Those to me are the standout tracks for this album. Again, just like Volume 2 or Part 2, there is an original Japanese version that I want to get. I've heard that one. You can find it on YouTube. That one tends a little bit more gritty. The production's a little more gritty, more aggressive. Pretty much have the same songs. But they have like added songs too that's not on the US version. Like the song like What Do You Expect? I mean, it's pretty much the same. That's My Word. It has like a different beat. Sounds a little bit more aggressive. Same thing with Straight Talk from New York, Out for the Cash. There's two versions. There's the US version and there's the Japanese version with Common and stuff like that. So and there's some other joints too, like some DJ skits and stuff like that, or like interludes I should say. But I definitely want to get my hands on that. But yeah, this is DJ Honda with H, released in 1996, excuse me, released. Very dope underground hip hop. Another album I'm so glad I have is Natas with Blasphemy. This was released in 1993. Um, but on the internet it says 94. But I'm just gonna say 1993. Glad I got my hands on this. I did show you guys this before, but when I bought it, it didn't have the back cover. You know what I mean? So it kind of pissed me off. But nonetheless, I'm glad I have it. How to get? I'm very anal when it comes to stuff like that. But very dope album. You know what I mean? Definite improvement from the first album. I do like the Life After Death album. Thought that's pretty cool. There's no notable singers that I know of, but the standout tracks for me, View to Kill, love that joint. About to Do Some Dirt, whoo, that shit is fire. All in Your Head, whoo, that's the Mastermind solo track. He killed that shit. A Friendly Word to You Suckers, very dope. Fucking Up the Program, oh my god. Killers Don't Talk, love that joint. You Can't Fuck with Mastermind, very dope. Dope Mastermind solo track as well. Down Since Day One / Pain, very dope. Very dope album, very dark. You know what I mean? It's not Do You Believe in God dark, but it's somewhat similar, but not as dark. Production wise, I feel like it's kind of it's a little bit of Close Casket production wise, a little bit. But with their own, with Natas flavor, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Yeah, I love this album. It's one of the best albums in my opinion. But with this album is the mixing on this album is horrendous. They need to remaster this. From what I heard it's remastered. If you get the box set, I heard it's like pretty cleaned up. It's in decent quality, so definitely need to get that box set. The Natas box set, definitely need to get that. You know what I mean? But glad I own it. I think I paid about like $27 for this shit. The Esham I bought, it was like $29.99 plus tax, so it came out to like $32. It was a little pricey, but I definitely had to get my hands on that. But I'm just glad I own this genre right here. But this is Blasphemy with Natas, released in 1993. Dope shit right here. Dope Detroit hip hop. Next album, I want to give a big shout out to my dude Ricardo, aka Cold Chillin' 661 out of Speaker Cloud Podcast. He put me onto the link. I've been trying to get their albums for a while. Finally got it. So shout out to him. He's a real one for this one. It is Psycho Realm with The War Story, Book 1, released in 1999. I do have their first album, the self-titled album, which I love. This is their second album. This was released in 1999. This is like around the time that that Big Duke, his brother, got shot and he got paralyzed. So it's like around that time too. Excuse me. The singles of this album, I believe, are, I want to say, Moving Through Streets. That was like the only single of the album. The standout tracks for me is let me change the song. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so like I was saying before, standout tracks for me, I would have to say, is The Crazy Area, Order Through Chaos, Pico Union District, The Wind of Revolution, I really like, and Moving Through Streets. Those to me are the standout tracks for me. It's a very dope album. Kind of leads off of what the first album was, that kind of thing. Not as good as the first album, but it definitely got some decent stuff. And got this brand new, got it off Amoeba Records, or out in California. So ordered from the website. So once again, shout out to my guy Ricardo. He definitely blessed me with that. So very, very, very dope album. Because this album usually goes for a lot of money. It's a little hard to come by. It's out of print, but luckily I got it. So shout out to Ricardo for that, man. So shout out to the whole Speaky Cloud podcast. But this is A War Story, Book 1, released in 1999 by Psycho Realm. Very dope. Alright. Then once again, shout out to him again. Shout out to Ricardo. This is A War Story, Book 2. This was released in 2003. Yeah, very dope. There's no notable singles that I know of. To me, the standout tracks are Wasted, The Killing Fields, Art of Execution, First Day of Freedom, Poison Rituals. It's a very dope album. You know what I mean? To me, not as good as part one, book one, but definitely got some dope shit. The lyrics are dope. You know what I mean? They're just dope. I think Psycho Rum doesn't get a lot of talk. You know what I mean? I just think it's because people always pin them with Cypress Hills, like, oh, they're weed heads. And they're part of the whole Soul Assassins clique, and it's like it's just they don't I don't feel like people respect them, because of their affiliation. I mean, like, it shouldn't be that way. Like, these cats are dope. And even Sick Jacking, he said it in the DJ Vlad interview, like, yo, like, I don't want to be just known being part of being with Cypress Hill. I want to be with the talks of Wu-Tang and stuff like that. And you gotta respect that. And you guys know them, the gas mask, everybody knows that. That's Psycho Rum to the T. You already know. Anybody else that does that is a straight biter. You know what I mean? That's them. But yeah, I booked War Story Book 2, released in 2003. Glad I own it. Shout out to Ricardo once again. Next album. Glad I got my hands on this, but I had it before, but I had to get it again. It is Sadat X with a Wild Cowboys. This was released in 1996. It's an album I showed you guys already. I already did an album review for this album. Very, very, very dope album. I love this album. In my opinion, this is Sadat X's best album, in my personal opinion, because he put out albums throughout the years. They kind of hit him as very shaky. He has like a shaky discography, in my personal opinion. You got some joints here and there, but some are dope, some is kind of you know what I mean? And to me, a lot of it has to do with his voice, because I feel like his voice, I don't know, it's like something different. It's like he got more hoarse, but it doesn't sound good, in my personal opinion. But that's no diss to him, but I think maybe it's the alcohol, because he does drink a lot, with the wine and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is, but nonetheless, man, very dope album. Love this joint right here. The singles of this album are, I want to say, the Lump Lump, Hang 'Em High, and Stages and Lights. Those are the singles of this album. Standout tracks for me is Sauce for Birdheads. I love that joint, very dope. Hang 'Em High is dope. Game Sober, love that joint. Smoking on the Low, Petty People, The Interview, Stations of Lights, man. Yo, Showbiz showed his ass on that song. Woof, man. One of Sadat X's best songs lyrically that he's done in his career, in my personal opinion. Move On is pretty dope. The Funkiest, he goes in. I love his flow in that song. The Funkiest, very dope. Love the beat too, very jazzy, very New York. You know what I'm trying to say. And the Hash Out, I love that. Dope way to end the album, in my personal opinion. Love the beat. My only thing is, like, some of the guests, the features in the album, is, to me, they kind of like fuck the song. Like Sean Black, I like Sean Black, he's cool, but I just feel like I don't know, he was a little bit much. You know what I mean? He was like, he's not the best lyricist, but it's like, I don't want to say he ruined the song, but it's kind of like, I could have done without him, honestly. I wish he would have had somebody else, like an OC, or like, somebody else that's actually good, or even like Lord Tariq, or somebody from the Money Boss Money Players clique. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, man, very dope album, very slept on, very underrated. Like I said, to me, his best album in his discography is his Magnum Opus. Best album. I can listen to this album without skipping a track. That's how dope it is. But this is Sadat X with Wild Cowboys, released in 1996. Very dope album. And I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna do another part because I got like 4.5 minutes left, so I'm gonna cut it short. And that's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely stay tuned for more. All right, peace.